He's the master of our entrepreneurial questions and our guiding light in this unique economy that we're all going through. Get on the phones or email your questions. This time, it's here, it's now. Please welcome back to our small business expert, Reva Lesonsky. Hi, Reva.
Hi,
Reva
Chris.
to the rescue.
How you doing?
Thanks for being here. We get so many
pleasure.
questions every time you're here, every time you're on. People flood us with questions for you. So let's start right off with the economy, the obvious thing we're all dealing with right now. Your advice really is just to sort of bunker down? I mean, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are cutting corners, scaling things back. Should we just bunker down? What should we do?
No, I think that you shouldn't. I think you should sit down and assess where you're at. Assess, retail sales came out today, they look dismal. So if you're a retailer and you're affected by something like that, is there something you can do different? The holiday buying season is coming up. All the predictions are it's going to be a smaller season, less money spent, but is there something you can do now? If you're an online retailer, I would start your free shipping offers now. A lot of people wait till the end to sort of juice the final minute. Get it in now. Give people an incentive to buy and an incentive to buy from you.
Okay. Now, not only, of course, do we want to, emails flying in here. Not only do we want to survive business, but I mean, how can we be productive? How can we grow business at a time like this?
You have to market. I think that a lot of people, the tendency is to
scale back,
to scale back, to hide in the corner.
I want to advertise. I'll just focus on.
Right. I'm gonna tread water until it goes away. Well, all indications are it may not go away for 6, 9 months, a year. So you can't do that. You're a small business. You don't have the reserves in the bank. You know, all the millions of dollars you've stored away.
Right.
So you've got to take action now. You've got to be aggressive. That's why you're a small business owner. You can be flexible. You can be aggressive. Look at what you're doing and see, is there a way maybe you may need to change your marketing message. You may need to emphasize the value of what you're selling rather than any other benefit. That may be the most important thing, but you should definitely still go out there and make your message, make sure it's heard.
Okay. Edward in Scottsdale, Arizona, fresh off the press, just sent us an email here. How do service-oriented businesses, such as accounting, take advantage of the internet tools to generate additional clientele? So he wants to grow business. How can he take advantage of the internet to grow that base?
That's a great question, because a lot of people think if you have a service business, the internet is not really necessary for you.
Right.
But it is. You need to have a website just as if you were a retailer. You need to feed the search engines just as if you were a retailer. This is what people do today. When they're looking for somebody like an accountant, they're going to go online and search for one. They're not going to check the yellow pages anymore. They may check online in yellow pages. There's all these directories, so you need to make sure you have a website and do all the things you need to do in terms of feeding the search engines. You might need to buy some pay-per-click advertising, maybe even around the beginning of the year when people might be looking for a new accountant or looking for a business accountant. Sort of juice it then. Say, get your taxes done, buy some phrases that might catch people's attention, and then see if you can do some affiliate relationships and links, maybe with their local business consultants, people who other people consult with, and say, hey, do you know an accountant that I can use? So sort of you have to go out there and network as well in person, because the internet is really important in terms of marketing, but really for something like an accountant, nothing beats a face-to-face relationship.
Right. Okay. Good info. My Windows Mobile smartphone buzzing. We're going to patch it through. Lee in Seattle, if I do this correctly. Lee, are you there?
I am. Hi, how are you?
Hi, we're doing well. You got a question for Reva?
I do. This is Lee Canlis calling from Seattle, Washington. I am calling from Canlis Glass Gallery and Studio. My question for you is, how do we keep our employees motivated, productive, and involved without revealing too much information about our company and therefore risking our security?
Okay, how does she keep her company, her employees? Rephrase that for me, Lee?
How do we keep and motivate our employees to be productive and involved without revealing too much information about who we are on the financial side, which I feel would therefore risk our security?
Now I get it. She's walking that fine line of you don't want to give the employees too much information.
There's a lot of different theories on this. There's one which is called the open book management theory, which is your books are open. Your employees know as much as almost as much as you know. The theory is that they know that they have skin in the game that's important to them, and they're going to work harder. The other theory is the other end of, I'm the boss, you're the people, you just do what I tell you. That one really doesn't work at all. It may work in times like this, but the minute the economy starts going up again, people are going to leaving you in droves. So I understand where you might want to keep some things secret, but it's really hard for an employee to know, to read your mind. So you have to, even if you are keeping some financials to yourself, you need to be as open as you can with your employees in the general sense about, business is good, or, you know what, we've hit a little stall here. Does anybody have any ideas? Whether it's ask your employees for marketing ideas or money saving ideas. I don't want to, the suggestion box is kind of silly, but if you have an open forum, maybe you have a meeting, maybe you bring in lunch once a month to all your employees and sit around and just talk about suggestions and ways that you can do things and give them a little bit of information so they really do feel like they are part of it, because if they feel like it's kind of their company as well as your company,
but you're not.
Exactly, they're going to work harder.
Great.
Okay. Good luck, Lee.
Thank you so much.
All right. Text just come in here, instant message on my Windows mobile smartphone. This is slick. Everything is right here. Okay, this is Sylvia wants to know, young entrepreneurs, high school, college students, what's the best advice you can give these kids coming out? Where to start? They're young. They don't know a whole lot. Maybe they're not ready to enter the job force yet, but maybe they want to, from the get-go, try to do their own thing. What advice would you have?
We've seen that a lot in the old days, meaning like 10, 15 years ago. A lot of kids started going to schools to study entrepreneurship, came out, got a job, worked for 10 years, then started their business. We're seeing a lot more kids who go to school, study entrepreneurship, and actually start their business while in college or get out of college and start a business. I think it's a great way to go. It's the same, a lot of the same advice that you would give an older entrepreneur. What's the niche? What's the need? You can start a business in your dorm, in your frat room, your sorority house, in your apartment, even still if you're living at home. What do people need? I was just back at my alma mater, the University of Missouri, a couple of weeks ago, and they were telling me about a new business that opened in town, run by students, it was catering to students who were staying up at night